Oh, we thought Chrisley knew best, but let me tell you, Chrisley did not know best at all. Now, as we all know, Todd and Julie Chrisley from Chrisley Knows Best. You guys know it's a show. It's basically got rich white people going around doing rich white things. It's a great thing to see. It makes for great entertainment. They have been sentenced to, I believe he got 12 years and she got 7 years in prison for fraud for, I believe, about $30 million. But we're about to get into it. And as you know, this is a very juicy story, so we gotta talk about it, people. And I also saw something this morning, correct me if I'm wrong, if this came because of an affair that Todd was having with a man who also had a wife, and he got a little mad, you know what I'm saying, because Todd didn't want him to be the side piece no more. So then he went straight to the straight to the FBI, you know what I'm saying? You guys got to watch, you got to watch your side pieces, and that's why you shouldn't be cheating on your wife, because then stuff like this happens and you get exposed. So let's get into everything that we need to know about this, and let's talk about it. Let's get the conversation going in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Let's get it going. All right, it says Todd and Julie's prison sentencing, what we know so far following guilty verdict in fraud case. It says Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley have been sentenced after they were convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. In Touch confirmed November 21st, 2022. They sentenced Todd to 12 years in prison and Julie to 7. The former reality stars were found guilty on all counts, and if given the maximum sentence, were facing up to 30 years behind bars. That's crazy because, you watch the show. I think I've maybe seen one episode, if that, but I just know it was them going around doing a bunch of, upper suburban or upper middle class. No, not upper middle class, upper class living, with their kids, just being the beautiful family that anyone would want to have in America. But as we all know, everyone's got a deep, dark past, especially if you dive deep enough. Now it says, this was a difficult day for the Chrisley family, but Todd and Julie are people of faith, and that faith gives them the strength as they appeal their convictions. The family's attorney, Alex Little, told In Touch in a statement, November 22, 2022. Oh, you're people of faith? What does the Lord think about stealing? About theft? Now, their trial was marred by serious and repeated errors, including the government lying to jewelers about what taxes the couple had paid. Oh, that's interesting. Based on these issues, we are optimistic about the road ahead. Todd, 53, was convicted of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and tax fraud. Fraud. Like, how many different charges for fraud can you get? Julie, 49, was convicted of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, tax fraud, and wire. Wait, hold on. How did she get less time than him when they got the same charges, but she also got wire fraud, it looks like? But you guys know, it's a statistic that the government is a little bit more lenient to women. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I wasn't there in the court case. We're just looking at the news. But I would think that if he was, if he was accused of 4 charges and she was accused of 5 charges, they both pled guilty, I would assume that she would have more time than him, at the least equal time to him. But let's see. It says, following the verdict, the pair were released on their existing bond with several conditions as they awaited sentencing. In the court paperwork obtained by In Touch, Todd and Julie were ordered to participate in the location monitoring program, which was used to monitor their movement in their community. So they're over here being watched by the government. They were also ordered to participate in a home detention program and abide by all requirements of the program, which included the use of electronic monitoring equipment and other location verification systems. So basically just watching their moves, making sure they ain't doing more fraud, making sure they're not hitting a PJ, private jet, all the way to, the Bahamas or something, just to go hide out, something like that. Which makes sense, because I'm pretty sure they were accused of stealing $30 million. If you have access to $30 million, if you want to leave the country, you can probably find a way to do it. Now it says the twosome, what a strange way to say it. The twosome? Wouldn't you say like the pair, the couple, something like that? But okay, I digress. The twosome remained under home detention, with the only exceptions for leaving the house being employment, education, and religious services. If you guys didn't know, the Chrisleys, I'm pretty sure, were supposed to be extremely religious. They were always, going to I believe Christian services and everything like that in the show, which makes it even more ironic that the male is a homosexual, which completely goes against Christianity. But then again, so does fraud. So I mean, if you can lie about one thing, you can lie about many things. You feel me? As well as needed medical or mental health treatment, attorney visits, court appearances, and other court-ordered obligations. They were required to report to their police officer anytime they spend any more than $1,000. If you guys don't know, this is what they look. Well, this is what he looks like. That's not Chrisley, is it? That's not Julie Chrisley, right? That is Julie Chrisley. Wow, she looks a lot different than she did season 1. Okay. I guess, okay. Then again, like I said, I don't really watch the show. So, yeah, but let's continue. Todd and Julie were accused of obtaining $30 million in fraudulent bank loans to fund their lavish lifestyle, which was later seen on the reality TV show Chrisley Knows Best. Prosecutors then claimed the pair evaded paying their taxes from 2008 to 2016. 8 years, jeez. They were indicted in Atlanta, I live in Atlanta, so on federal tax evasion charges, but maintained their innocence in the case, claiming someone else had control over their finances. That is not an excuse. I don't know why people always try to make it an excuse, like somebody else. Oh, it was the accountant. Somebody else had access to the money. If it's your money, you're responsible for it. If you hire a fraudulent or a bad accountant, you have to take responsibility over that, because it's still your money that's affecting the economy. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really just bail out and say, oh, well, I didn't know, and try and put it all off on the accountant. You got to take some responsibility here. If I have $30 million and I give it to somebody and they take that $30 million and they go and, buy a bunch of weapons and sell it to Iran. Wow, that was a very specific and, but you get what I'm saying. If they spend money and send it to Iran, I should be liable for that, because it's my fault. I was reckless enough with my money to put it in the hands of somebody who would do something dangerous with it. And I just don't like when people use these excuses. Let's continue. So following the verdict, Todd and Julie have been staying at home while under house arrest. Their son Chase was seen dropping off groceries, and the couple's youngest son Grayson was spotted washing his car. I don't know why that's relevant. The daughter, on and off boyfriend, appeared to stop by for a visit. This has nothing to do with it, okay? The kids are living their life as normal. I think that's a good thing. Do not punish the children for the parents' decisions. Now, after the guilty verdict was revealed, fans wondered what would happen to Todd and Julie's 2 children who remain in their custody, Grayson 16 and granddaughter Chloe 9, if both are sentenced to prison. Sad what greed will do. Was it really worth it? It says, depending on the family availability, sometimes the kids will be raised by close family members if both parents receive prison time. Former federal prosecutor David Haas, exclusively told In Touch in June 8th. Now it says, prior to her parents' sentencing, Savannah opened up about how they're coping by putting their faith in God. Hey, whatever you got to do to get through it, you know what I'm saying? I don't really push religion on this channel, but whatever they got to do to get through this difficult time for the family, because I really do feel bad for the family, you know what I'm saying? Just because the mom and the dad are greedy, that doesn't mean the kids have anything to do with it. They're probably just used to living an extremely lavish lifestyle. They probably don't know too much about the details. Maybe they do, but we're going to assume that they don't know too much about the details because they're children. And it's a sad thing to all of a sudden go from living a certain type of lifestyle to now think of all the stuff they have to go through with this. I'm sure their social medias are blowing up. I'm sure they're getting all flamed. I'm sure they're getting flamed on social media. It's completely roasted. And it's a tough situation, Todd and the Julie definitely deserve it, though. Now it says they're pushing through. We're at a place where we put our faith in God. We definitely don't put our faith in the system. I've never seen two people, my parents, be so steadfast in their faith and prayer and just literally on their knees every morning praying. It's just so admirable, and it's kind of just my focus. Just watching them and still learning and growing from them in times like this, and just kind of staying strong through it all and knowing that in the end the truth will prevail, and it may get harder before it gets easier, but we have faith. And I mean, I like that the daughter is standing up for her parents. I mean, standing up for your family. I mean, come on now, who wouldn't do the same? But you may not want to be like your parents, like she said before, because like we said, like, there ain't no part about faith, you know, about the Christian faith in the homosexual community, and there ain't no part about the Christian faith that says it's okay to, you know, defraud and steal and do theft for $30 million. So let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you guys think this is fraud? Do you guys think they're innocent? I mean, obviously they just got guilty, so I don't know how you could think they're innocent. But if you're a fan of the show, or you're a fan of them, and you somehow think that they're innocent and didn't do any of this or something like that, you know, and it was just 30 million missing, you know what I'm saying? Then let me know in the comments. Let's get the conversation going. And I appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown the channel. We've been growing a little bit, but we can do a little bit better, people. So like, comment, subscribe, all of that for more daily news. You guys have a great Thanksgiving, and, you know, like the Chrisley said, have a blessed day.